Well, hello everyone out there. This is Rock, the professional garage shop guy, bringing you another exciting video on how to DIY, do it yourself, and save lots and lots of money. And it's been quite a while since I made a video. As you can see, I've grown a beard, and it is gray, but well, I guess it's wisdom. I think I'm gonna keep it. But anyway, today I will be explaining how to solder copper to copper and copper to steel. I'm working on this cooler here. It's a drink cooler, and I've replaced the compressor here, and I'll put it all back together, and I have one pipe left right here, and I decided to make a video. So some of you who may be working on a project such as this will know how to do it. So let me set my camera up, set up my equipment and everything, and get going. So enjoy. Okay, this is the brass tubing, the copper tubing that I will be soldering to this steel line right here that goes to the evaporator here. The copper tubing is a 3/8 inch tubing. I will be soldering a service port valve, which is 3/16 into the line. So, and it's also a liquid line as well. So the liquid line is the high pressure line. So I will be servicing a service port valve into the liquid high pressure line. I've already got my pilot hole started, so I'm gonna make that hole just a little bit larger, so my service port valve will be able to push into that hole. Okay, and I'm gonna put this hole at an angle. There we go. And I put that hole at an angle, so when the service port valve goes in there and I solder it, it'll be slightly at an angle at the flow of travel in which the freon goes to the evaporator coil. Okay, I got that ready. Now what you want to do is make sure you don't have any debris in the line. So you kind of tilt it up and tap it, so all of the brass shavings would just come right out of there, out of that hole, because you don't want any shavings and particles to get up in your filter and to get up in your orifice lines and clog it up. Okay, this is your service port valve here. I'm gonna get some sandpaper and just clean around there and make sure it is good and clean. And now, when you soldering copper to copper, you don't need any flux. But if you brazing copper to any other material such as aluminum, iron, steel, and such as that, it's good to have a soldering paste to put on it, because it will make it adhere. It will make the rod adhere to your metal. And I will be using a silver solder rod to piece this together. Okay, I'm gonna put that in there like so. Got a little paper around there. I'm gonna push this in that hole like so. Okay, and I'm gonna tilt it up so I can get a good soldering angle, so the flow of the solder can just flow all around that hole. Now you don't need no, you don't need to draw a lot of flux into that hole, because you don't want a lot of blob to get inside your hole. You want less as possible, but you want a good flux around that hole. So let me crank up my my torch. Okay, I got my torch here. Let me turn on a little of the gas at a time. A little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna turn that down I'm turning it up, and then I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Okay. And a hole that small, you really don't need a lot of pressure coming out of there. Okay, let me turn it off a little bit. And when you hear that little hissing sound, you want that about that much oxygen acetylene mixture to be coming out. Now what you want to do, you want to get that slightly. Let me put a metal plate underneath there. Okay, let me adjust my flame again to kind of run out on me. Okay, we're gonna get this here a little heated up now, and you can just work that around the pipe until you get all sides of the pipe hot. And when the pipe start changing colors like so, that's when you wanna kind of touch your sorting rod around there. And as you see, it is melting. It is melting around there. Put one more good fitting around. Sort around there and let that go. All right. You can still see it. Okay, I got a good little well around there, as you can see, and it is recommended that you wet a rag and let that cool down. And so let me wet this rag. Okay, I'm back now. So just lay that rag across there, and it will cool down naturally. Now, next up, I will be soldering my copper tubing in to my steel end right here. Let me turn this around. I think my head was bumping against it and it was getting in the way. Okay, I think that view is pretty good right there. All right, now I will be joining my copper tubing to my steel tubing, which are both 3/8 inch. I kind of reduced my steel tubing down a few fractions, so my other 3/8 piping would just slip over it like so. Okay. There we go. Look like it's a good solid fit. Now, what you want to do, since this is copper tubing and this is steel, you need a flux, and this is the flux that I purchased at a local dealership. It's called Ultra Flux Silver Brazing Flux. So what you want to do is you want to put a little mixture over both ends, and over your steel end and over your copper tubing end. Now what this flux does, mainly the purpose is to bond two unlike metals together. And our the unlike metals are steel and copper. Now you want to fire up your torch again and get that silver flux dissolved or heated up, and it will adhere to the metal. Okay. Okay, like I said, let me quieten this down a little bit. It was up a little bit too high. Okay. Okay. That's the setting you about want right there. And I want you to notice very carefully, I'm really going to heat up the hardest material first, which is the steel. And the stainless steel, heat it up on all ends. The steel, since it being the hardest, will help heat up the copper. And when you get a small discoloration in your piping, then it's time to do your brazing. Okay, look like it's ready to go. Okay, so you put your not quite. I think I let it heat up a little bit. Okay, there we go. It's flowing around there. Let it flow, and it will get a good flow all the way into your Okay. Okay, looks like you got a good solid brazing. From the metal to the copper. You put this the rag around it and let it dry. Or let it cool down rather than dry. Okay. After they dry, I'm gonna take the rag off and we'll see what we got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look like we got a good copper seal around here. A good copper seal from the aluminum to the steel. Okay, as you can see, it's solid around there. I don't see any cracks or anything. So I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer so you can see it. Okay, where are we? Okay, where are we? Okay, about here. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Bring it underneath here so you can see. We got a good seal underneath. And take it back around. It had a good seal as well. So, gentlemen, that's it. Copper to copper brazing and copper to steel brazing. And I'm gonna put a vacuum on this system and vacuum it down, and I'm gonna charge it up. It only uses about, the cooler doesn't use very much freon at all. So I'm gonna charge it up. I think it used probably like 0.98 pounds, something like that. Not quite. Well, but anyway, it doesn't use that much freon. So I'm gonna vacuum it down, charge it up, and I'll make a next video and show you the temperature, the cooling temperature, and all of that, and it in full operation. Once again, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and you all have a good and blessed day.